During the course of history, humankind had to face various epidemics, which changed the way our ancestors and us think and see the world. And these epidemics inspired great artists who realized great artworks which reflected the period of calamities. In this presentation, we'll discuss about the Black Plague of the 14th century, the Spanish flu, AIDS, and COVID-19. Among all epidemics which happened during the course of history, Black Plague was one of the most frightening due to the high mortality rate, and we find various works of art which represent it, as we can see in the fresco of Palazzobatealis in Palermo, which reproduces the Dam of Death's triumph, very common during the time because of the plague. Death bursts into a majestic garden, riding his skeleton horse. Immediately she starts throwing arrows, which hit every character of every social class, killing them. Not by chance, in the bottom part, dead bodies are painted. Among them, there are popes, bishops, friars, and poets. The message from the artwork is that when facing death, we are all equal. Later, getting inspired by this fresco, Pieter Bruegel the Elder painted this renowned painting in 1562. The piece of art shows Death's triumph on the world, symbolized by a great skeleton army that destroys Earth. In the foreground, in front of her army and on top of a red horse, there is Death destroying the world of the living. After this first epidemic, humanity found itself facing the Spanish flu between 1918 and 1920. Back then, two artists didn't stay still. Lots of them were infected or lost their life. Others survived, and they were able to testify in the best way the suffering, the fear, and the tension that a situation like that created. One of them is Edvard Munch, of Norwegian origin, who defeated the pandemic and, in particular, with two self portraits, depicted his experience. The first one is a self portrait with Spanish flu. Munch got ill at 15 and 6. He wasn't elder yet, still, his appearance looks very elderly. The artist sits in the solitude of his room, where he is quarantined. The vivid colors of the artwork create a discordant feeling due to the isolation of the time. The world is in the middle of a pandemic, and Munch donates to history the sad tragedy, made not only of illness, but made also of solitude. The second one is a self-portrait after Spanish flu. Despite an infection, Munch got through the Spanish flu and continued processing that experience by painting his self-portrait after Spanish flu. The appearance is still the one of someone who had to deal with a terrible disease. Signs of recovery are tangible. The man is standing, the room is vital again, and maybe he has found the strength to create new and magnificent masterpieces. After this reference to the Spanish flu, we can make a connection with AIDS. This disease was an epidemic which spread great fear, mainly due to ignorance and adversity to diversity. It was a disease which was particularly heavy for the artist Keith Haring, the greatest representative of the American pop culture, who died at the age of 31 in 1990 after contracting the disease. With his masterpiece, Ignorance Equal Fear, he expressed his feelings. In the work, three stylized men who are imitating the famous three monkeys can see, can hear, and can speak are a denouncement of the deliberate casualness of institutions in regard to the issue. After this brief reference to Herring's experience, we have come to our days. A group of artists has responded to the attack of the pandemic with images celebrating healthcare workers and inviting us to respect anti-spreading limitations. Among the most important there is Bansky's Game Changer, an illustration made for celebrating female healthcare workers. The piece shows a kid that, after having trashed Batman and Spider-Man, plays with the doll of a new superheroine, a nurse with a red cross on the chest and a waving clock. Also, Italian artists have represented this pandemic. For example, TV Boy, who transformed Hayes' kiss to underline that even we're in this difficult situation, love resists. And then Milo Manara as well with his illustration of a nurse which is ready to fight an enormous virus. She doesn't retreat, she doesn't let uh, the virus spread. A big tribute for those who fight together against the virus. We've come to the conclusion of this presentation of how epidemics have inspired art, and I want to leave you with another mural by TV Boy. We can do it because there is something we've understood admiring these artworks is that this moment will end and will smile again, just as Munch in his second self portrait.